Yeah, I was gonna say, are we saying that the norm is that single parents or one of the single parents? We're talking about dad. Let's just say single dads don't show up to games. Is the norm?
No, that is not the norm. Most of the
That's
time,
not
dads
the
do
norm. That's why
show
I'm
up.
like, that's not the norm.
That's
But
Dad,
not
but
so
so
what I was giving. So I agree. So what I was saying is if you are ever in a situation and you cannot see your kid, understand that these as as a part of the school, we won't stop you from coming to your kid's game. You know what I'm saying? And if by any chance somebody starts an altercation with you, all you have to do, there are authorities there. She's the one who's the aggressor.
you know
So, and not
what
that you would want that to happen, but if you've ever been to a football game before, the stadiums are huge. Just don't sit anywhere near her.
so what
or
I
see your
think
kid after the game, which
You know,
does happen. Like you're like, what I
no,
understand
no,
what
no, no,
you're
no.
saying,
So what
Shan.
I'm
I
saying,
do.
so,
I
so what I'm
fully
saying to
understand what
you
you're
is,
saying.
listen, you don't have to see the kid after the game. You can be supportive without seeing the kid, just knowing that your presence is there. Hey, I came to see your game. You didn't see me because I didn't want to cause no drama, but I just came to see your game. I just wanted you to know that I was there. You didn't see me there, but I was there.
yeah, I see dads most of the time, but what I will say is that is one so this is probably one of the side effects of men not communicating for 60 plus years at all. Um we have just inserted way too much logic in a complicated and nuanced situation. And the way I can put that is broken relationships, broken marriages lead to some kind of aggression from one or both parties. And the way that I can see, like, let's say a single mom being aggressive against a single dad is or the her ex is the reputation destruction type of thing that they tend to do, the gossip they tend to spread, and the innuendo to make sure they always are viewed as the better parent or the victim. For some reason, when you were talking, I was thinking about all of the gossip circling around all the kids on the soccer team whose parents were divorced, on my son's soccer team. And
Mm.
it would be dads then, but it's like mom has to just during practice say little things to make it seem like she's the more involved parent, whoop de whoop. And it's almost like dad knows she's doing that shit, so that's why he's standing all the way over there if he even comes at all, right? Because he's just like she's probably already assassinated my character to these people, so let me just go over there. And I actually stood next to him on purpose one day, like, "Oh, you such and such father. Good. It's good to meet you." And they're like, he's looking at me, reading me. I was like, "Yeah, this is that type of thing that I've noticed from men over the years. That like I said, one or the other will assassinate the other person's character because we're all parents. We're two parents there." So, they already feel some embarrassment for being by themselves. And I think a knee jerk reaction is to try to justify why you are by yourself. And that characterizes itself as trying to destroy the other person's character so you can justify your divorce and
You know
the
what's
lack
so
of.
funny? That's so weird to me because I would feel that there is a bit of bragging rights to know, oh, oh, I like when my kid's father is there. My kid's got a father, like to for your kid not to have father, wouldn't that become cool?
Again, logic. That's what's logical to think. Divorce is not it does not breed, that situation does not breed logic on anything. It would be
Yeah,
logical to be like, we are awesome co-parent. Like, you see what I'm saying? It would be logical to think so, but it is war. It is all out war, one person against the other. I'm the better parent than you. I buy more stuff for it. Like, that's what it tends to become.
And
but the last
I think that too. What I want to say, because it seems like I see what you guys are saying. I completely get it. I'm just saying it sounds like, oh, I don't want to try it because of this. It's like, oh, I don't want to do, I don't want to do, I don't want to do because this may happen. You never know what's going to happen unless you can say it's happened to me. You don't know what's going to happen. But guess
I
what
agree with
is going
that.
to happen? You're going to go your whole life without seeing your kid's football game. You're going to go your whole life without seeing because you didn't want to try because you thought something was going to happen. But like Mike said, I don't necessarily see a lot of that. I do see men who the involved men come to games. I don't think that the men who are fathers. I've never seen a man not show up for his, even if he's not with the woman, they be showing up for them games. Okay, so
Like I
it
said, they
happens.
facilitate all sports
It
activities over
happens
here.
all. They be coaching,
Yeah,
like
that's why I'm
sideline
like the
coach.
dads facilitate most of the
And
sports
these
activities.
men are not necessarily with these women, but they're such strong fathers. They don't give a fuck because you're not gonna stop them from being around their kid. That pinpoint blank. You're gonna see more dad. Matter of fact, you may see more daddies at these games than you see moms at these games. So for you to sit here and say that they shouldn't go, that's crazy to me because when I think about the grand, it be daddies up in, like they be
I
up
never
in
said they. I never
To
said
be
they
clear,
shouldn't go.
our stance was you absolutely should go. You should always try and be around them. I think they was just bringing awareness to some of the things that happen when it does not go right or there's a child custody battle occurring. We always on the end of try, right? That's not at all. No
but
discouragement to trying. He just was bringing
okay,
awareness to what happens
right.
sometimes.
It's just I've never seen it happen. And I have seen plenty of kids who parents are not married and the daddy be there.
Well, yeah, I mean, I actually was supposed to get a haircut this morning. I fuck around and forgot to book the appointment. Showed up, he wasn't in there. So I took my daughter was out from school today, so I took her to my favorite old IHOP. My barbershop's by our old house, and it's in A-Leaf, Texas, the SWATs, the hood, basically, but they have a bomb IHOP. So the hood, I just noticed because I guess in that school district, it was parent teacher conference day too. And it's so weird that the world looks so different when you just pause for a second and look at it. It was nothing but daddy. Like everybody that sat down after me was a dad. Even a dude in one of those chartreuse work vests had his daughter, bringing her to breakfast too. Like he's gonna drop her back off at home when he go off from work. And I'm like, this is the world that they swear don't freaking exist. They swear it's mom struggling out here, and I was just sitting there like, oh god, this is crazy. Then I ended up looking. It's either men with their wives, and I'm talking about pookies too. That's what I really meant to say. This is A-Leaf, so it's a bunch of pookies, but these with their women and their children sitting down having breakfast, or just dads. I was like, wow, this is pretty crazy. So I don't operate under the assumption that. I think what we do is we tend to, because it's so egregious and it happens at a larger scale, we maximize the minimum and tend to minimize the maximum. So I think most men are doing what they can for their kids, especially if the woman starts to realize that do not complain about not having time if you're also isolating the child from their father. You can have all the time you want. I don't think I know very few men that don't take their kids every weekend. Like, they kind of gave away their lives. You see what I'm saying? Like, I got friends that could hang every weekend. I'm like, you not taking time for yourself? Like single dad, they be like, nah, nigga, y'all trying to get the kids together or what? Like, they don't want to miss a moment, with their kids.